Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone to the joint public hearing meeting, February 10th, 2025. Call this meeting to order. The Planning Board of Commissioners for the purpose of conducting a public hearing. Is there an approval for the agenda?
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
And a second. Discussion. All in favor? Motion approved. Staff?
So I'm going to read through this process for tonight's public hearing. So staff will provide a general overview of the request. Applicant is here to answer any questions and provide any answers, but also with the town being the applicant, we also will be handling a lot of the questions today. The Board of Commissioners will ask questions for clarification. The Planning Board will ask questions for clarification, and then the mayor will be able to open the joint public hearing. And then at that point, public can make comment. And then the mayor will close the joint public hearing. Rules for the public hearing. The public hearing is the opportunity for the public to express thoughts, ideas, concerns, and opinions regarding the proposed request to the Board of Commissioners and the Planning Board. The Board of Commissioners, Planning Board, staff, and applicant will not engage in dialogue at this time. If the public has questions pertaining to the development, please contact town staff or the applicant following the joint public hearing. All right. So tonight we will be discussing Little River Park, Zoning Map Amendment 2025-01. So this is a strict rezoning, and so we'll be looking at the standards in section 2.2.25.j as you make recommendations this evening. Whether this project is at risk of anybody's health, safety, or welfare, whether it is appropriate for the location in which it is proposed, whether it is reasonable and within the public's interest, any other relevant factors. So tonight I'm going to start a little bit differently and actually start at the end and provide a little bit of an overview of why we're here tonight. So although Little River Park's parcels are owned by the town of Zebulon, the park is not currently in the ETJ or the corporate limits. So that means that we as a town do not have development authority to regulate what happens there. It would have to go through Wake County in order to get full approval for any building or project there. It also means that we cannot connect to any public utilities, so any water or sewer. So park improvements. A park improvements plan for the Little River Park was previously approved by the board. The park redevelopment plans require connection to water and sewer. The R2 district is what's being proposed to you tonight as the zoning to be assigned to these parcels. And the R2 is an appropriate zoning and will allow for the continued operation of the park and will be consistent with the existing surrounding zoning. And zoning must be assigned in order to annex, and annexation will need to occur in order to connect to public utilities. So it's kind of a circle, but that's kind of why we're here tonight. Property tonight, the applicant is the town of Zebulon. The property owner is the town of Zebulon. The property address, so it's two addresses, 1800 West Gannon Avenue and 1228 Water Plant Road. The acreage is 22.23 acres, and the current zoning is R80W, a Wake County zoning, and the proposed zoning is for a residential suburban, or R2 zoning. So public hearing notification, public hearing signs were posted on all frontages. Mailed notices were sent to property owners within 750 feet. The paper of general circulation circulated an ad for this public hearing tonight, and then it was posted on the town's website. For the current zoning, as you can see on this map, this property does not currently have zoning, and so that is why we're here tonight. In order to annex or do anything with this property, we need to assign zoning to it first. So future land use, so this is outside of our future land use boundary. And so in order for us to annex this, we need to be within a certain range from our contiguous limits, which we are. And so we are able to annex this and have this annexation petition before you tonight. comprehensive plan. So there were some quotes in your packet from our goals that are laid out in our comprehensive plan, but I wanted to talk briefly about what those goals cover. So some of those goals reference providing recreational activities to Zebulon residents and visitors, and then continuing to expand the existing Zebulon parks and trail network. And if you have any questions about those, feel free to ask those during the question segment. Again, I'm going to go over the standards real quick. So tonight we're looking at section 2.2.25.j of the UDO when looking at this rezoning, whether it is reasonable for continued health, safety, and welfare of Zebulon residents, whether it is appropriate for the location in which it is proposed, whether it's reasonable and within the public's interest, and then any other relevant factors. So staff recommends opening the public hearing for this zoning map amendment. After the public hearing, the discussion closes, staff recommends referring the matter to the planning board for consideration.
Any questions, comments from the board, commissioners?
None at this time. Thank you, Mayor.
Commissioner Clark? Commissioner Harrison? Commissioner Miles? Commissioner Baxter?
I don't have any, but I would like to thank staff for making sure that we get this step put in place so that we can move forward with the remainder of our plans for Little River Park. So thank you so very much.
Any questions from the board, planning board? Hearing none. The public hearing is now open for the opportunity to public to express their thoughts and ideas and concerns and opinions regarding the proposed requests to the Board of Commissioners and the Planning Board. The Board of Commissioners and Planning Board staff, the applicant will not engage in dialogue at any time. If the public has questions pertaining to the development, please contact town staff, applicant following the joint public hearing. Anyone wishes to speak in favor of the development, please come forth to my left. Name and address, please.
Gary. And I come to this town in 1985, practice medicine here. I've been blessed to come into this place, and your Little River Park can develop there. I think it's very, very good ideas. You know, because the town need to be very, very nice place where people can play. And I see some family fishing there a lot. And you got bamboo there. I also pick up some bamboo shoot for my vegetable. And then my concern is Mr. Richard Berry and me and others, we are property line both over there. Our question, you know, I think a public park is needed. It's a very good idea, very good for image to our community. And my concern is between the border, are you going to have some barrier or some fence to prevent the trespassing? And I think that is, for me, is very important for our privacy and also the safety of our property. That's the reason I'm here today. I as a doctor, I usually walk at that National Guard Park almost every morning. Once in a while, I see somebody in the early morning, 6 o'clock, some people parking inside to that place. I think, to me, it look like they're doing something, trading drugs or something. And I also have seen somebody parking on a Little River Park at 10, 11 o'clock. You still have some people, 2 cars parking there. You know, public place, people can do all the good things or to do bad things. I think as a neighbor, that's our concerns. I think, the kind of developed park, I think the safety issue shall be put into consideration for the future and make nice. And I myself is very, very, my habit is gardening. I do have a lot of beautiful azalea, landscape daffodil, something landscaping material. Town is interested, I'll be great, provide do some azalea so you can make it like probably the best place. We will be proud of, we got the town of Zebulon there, and guy will show you the, Miss Sharon, you will show you. I know you, but sorry, I never met you. And I know the mayor, I saw the Mr. York. I do hold up about your name, but I never met you. But, I come to this town, started my family here, and I retired in 1973. And I do like, if something can good for the town, I do provide some materials. But it takes several hours. I think this park we should be very proud of. Any party in town of Zebulon will be very proud of it. And that's the only thing, I hope you consider safety issue at public park. You have somebody trading drug or something in there. To me, it's very bad for the main image of town. That's, the reason I'm here tonight for.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anyone else who wishes to speak in favor of the park development? Hearing none. Is there anyone who wishes to speak in opposition to the park development? Hearing none. Is there anyone who wishes to speak neither for or against the development?
I think most of all I hope we will have nice, beautiful place to be proud. To me, that's most important. I don't think anybody can have a park in town.
You would have to come back to the podium if.
Yeah, so I don't think anybody against the park in the city. But the question is, what kind of park we're going to have it? That to me is most important as a citizen, in this place, this community.
Anyone else wishes to speak, neither for or against? Hearing none, I declare the public hearing closed. And we refer this matter to the planning board. Is there a motion? To adjourn.
Yes, so moved.
Or second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Meeting adjourned.